Howdy, Cowboys fans. Hold on to your hats, because we've got a barn burner of a story here. Mike McCarthy, the head coach who's been the face of the Dallas Cowboys for 5 years, has officially called it quits. Yep, just before that Tuesday midnight cutoff, McCarthy made his move, choosing to step away from the star-studded sidelines. This wasn't exactly on Jerry Jones's bingo card for the week, but here we are. What drove McCarthy to make this stunning decision? And more importantly, what's next for America's team? Well, sit tight, folks. Things are about to get real interesting. McCarthy's decision might have been brewing for a while, but the timing, well, it hit like a bolt out of the blue. As the deadline loomed, McCarthy locked in the final details to part ways with the team, leaving Cowboys Nation with more questions than answers. Rumor has it, this wasn't just about football. Reports show that his paycheck, a whopping $8 million, not the $4 million many believed, became a sticking point. But it wasn't just the cash. There were whispers about disagreements over contract terms with Jerry Jones. The owner even dropped hints during those post-game chats after Week 18. Could they have ironed it out? Sure, but McCarthy wasn't waiting around to find out. Now here's the kicker. This isn't just about losing a coach. It's about shaking the foundation of the Dallas Cowboys strategy. McCarthy's tenure was packed with ups, downs, and everything in between. But what happens next? Well, that's anyone's guess. Will Jerry bring in a fresh face to steer the ship, or will the Cowboys rely on their existing staff to hold the reins? And what does this mean for the roster? Don't forget, big decisions about key players are right around the corner. Cowboys fans, you're not going to want to miss a second of what's coming. When a decision like this drops, it leaves a mark. McCarthy's departure isn't just a headline. It's a call to action for Cowboys Nation. It's a chance to rethink, rebuild, and reignite the passion that's made this team legendary. As fans, you've been through thick and thin, cheering on every touchdown and sweating through every nail-biter. But now it's time to ask yourselves, what does the future of the Dallas Cowboys look like to you? With McCarthy gone, does this open the door for a new era of success? Or are we bracing for more uncertainty? Well, folks, now that McCarthy's out of the Cowboys saddle, the big buzz is where he's fixing to head next. Some whispers say the Chicago Bears, while others reckon the New Orleans Saints might be calling. Both teams could sure use a steady hand like his, no doubt about it. His agents are already out there kicking up dust, making sure McCarthy stays front and center in these coaching talks. Picture this. McCarthy in Chicago, trying to pull the Bears out of their rut and turn things around. Or down in New Orleans, stepping into a franchise still finding its feet since Sean Payton's departure. Either way, you can bet your boots he'll bring his A-game, but leaving the Cowboys? That's a hefty trade-off, y'all. He's walking away from one of the most talented rosters in the league, a luxury he may not find again. 5 years with the Cowboys is plenty of time to leave a mark, and McCarthy's legacy? Well, it's as mixed as a bag of trail mix. He was brought in to do better than Jason Garrett, and while he isn't a bad coach, he didn't exactly blow the barn doors off. Cowboys fans were hoping for a cultural revolution, a team that showed grit when it mattered. What they got instead? Playoff heartbreaks and missed chances. Sure, McCarthy's got a reputation as a winner. But in Dallas, the results didn't live up to the hype. The team didn't quite make that leap folks were waiting for. And now, the Cowboys are looking for someone to steer this ship in a whole new direction. And here we are, back at Jerry Jones's infamous coaching carousel. History says Jerry likes two kinds of hires: the seasoned pros with a pedigree, or the homegrown names already in the family. Take the retreads, for instance. Think about guys like Doug Peterson or even John Gruden. They've got shiny resumes, Super Bowl rings here, tough guy attitudes there. Peterson's got the offensive genius the Cowboys need. And Gruden's all about shaking up the status quo. But are they ready for the pressure cooker that is Dallas? Then, there are the familiar faces, Jason Witten and Kellen Moore. Witten's a Cowboys icon, respected through and through, but coaching? That's a whole different rodeo. Moore, meanwhile, knows this team like the back of his hand. But is he seasoned enough to lead them all the way? Let's not forget the wild card candidates, Cliff Kingsbury and Lincoln Riley. Kingsbury is a Texas boy, y'all, with strong ties to the region, while Riley's name has been floated around the Cowboys for what feels like ages. Both bring fresh offensive energy that could turn this team into a powerhouse. But if Jerry takes this path, it's a big gamble, a step away from the tried and true methods he's stuck with for decades. Y'all know the Cowboys' history when it comes to picking coaches. Let's just say they ain't famous for casting a wide net. Remember when Jason Garrett got the job? Or even McCarthy? Those hires didn't exactly scream thorough search. But this time feels different, folks. Jerry Jones seems to understand what's at stake now. The fans are fired up, the pressure's on. And another rush decision ain't going to cut it. If Dallas really wants to shake things up, they've got to think bigger. Why not consider some fresh faces, up-and-coming coaches, established names, or even a wild card pick no one saw coming? It's time to leave the comfort zone. Sure, sticking with the familiar feels safe, but safe ain't what wins championships. It's about time Jerry Jones rolled the dice and brought in someone outside the Cowboys' inner circle. Whoever snags the coaching gig is going to have a lot on their plate and a blank canvas to work with. With McCarthy likely taking his crew, including Brian Schottenheimer, to his next stop, the new coach gets to start fresh. That means choosing their own staff and building a team that matches their vision. Special teams ace Bones fell. He's always unpredictable, but will he stick around? And what about defensive mastermind Dan Quinn? Folks are already buzzing about him being head coach material elsewhere. Bottom line, the Cowboys' next leader has the chance to rebuild from the ground up and set the tone for a new era in Dallas. Let's be real. Cowboy success depends on Jerry Jones making the right call. This ain't just about finding a good coach. It's about setting the foundation for a franchise that's hungry for greatness. Fans are tired of the same old story. Mediocre seasons, playoff disappointments, and unmet expectations. What Dallas needs now is bold leadership. Someone who can inspire players and fans alike while bringing fresh energy to the field. Y'all know Jerry Jones isn't one to shy away from stirring the pot, and cutting ties with McCarthy is just another gamble in his long list of big-time decisions. It's clear, old Jerry wasn't too keen on sticking it out another 5 years with McCarthy. And let's face it, can you blame him? Cowboys fans aren't just looking for baby steps. They're demanding a coach who's ready to bring home the big trophy. Now, let's not forget Jerry's track record when it comes to hiring head coaches. It's a mixed bag, y'all. For every coach that's hit the jackpot, there's been another who fizzled out faster than fireworks on a rainy night. This time, he's got to nail it. The next leader of America's team needs grit, smarts, and the nerve to handle the heat. More than that, they need to inspire a roster stacked with talent to deliver when the stakes are sky high. Right now, Cowboys Nation is holding its breath. With McCarthy gone, the team is standing at a crossroads, teetering between hope and uncertainty. Sure, a new coach brings fresh possibilities, but let's not sugarcoat it. This decision could make or break the team for years to come. The right hire could finally return Dallas to its championship glory. The wrong one? Well, let's just say we've seen that movie before, and it doesn't have a happy ending. No matter what, Jerry's every move is under the microscope, from the search to the hire. Fans won't miss a beat. There's plenty of buzz and drama, but we all know what this boils down to: bringing the Lombardi back to Dallas, where it belongs. What's next for America's team? Here's the thing. Cowboy Nation is starved for success. It's been way too long since those glory days, and patience is wearing thinner than the Texas summer air. Whoever steps into McCarthy's boots better be ready to handle not just the players, but also the pressure from millions of diehard fans. The roster's got talent from top to bottom. Think Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons. But it's all about getting the chemistry right to make a real championship run. Jerry's decision isn't just about football. It's about the legacy of the Dallas Cowboys, the pride of Texas. This hire needs to be someone who can unite the locker room and fire up the fan base. The whole nation is watching, and y'all know Texans take their football seriously. What do y'all think, Cowboys fans? Alright, Cowboys Nation, here's where y'all come in. Was parting ways with McCarthy the right call? Who's on your wish list to take the reins? Should Jerry go after a seasoned vet or roll the dice on a wild card? Sound off in the comments, and let's hear your 2 cents. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. This offseason's going to be a wild ride, and you won't want to miss it. So, Cowboys Nation, what kind of legacy do y'all want Jerry to leave behind?